Donald Trump has announced via Twitter, of course, that he plans to implement additional sanctions against Iran. Now, this is a good sign because it appears that he's focusing on sanctions as opposed to military action against Iran following accusations that it allegedly bombed an oil facility in Saudi Arabia. Now, there are some caveats though. So let me give you the details. The tweet said, quote, "I have just instructed the Secretary of the Treasury to substantially increase sanctions on the country of Iran." Now, Henry Rome of the Eurasia Group says, "This is important because it appears to be Trump's effort to respond to the Iranian attack, alleged Iranian attack, by sanctions measures and not by military steps. The way I look at it, this is the substitute for a military response, not the prelude to it." Now, there are members of his administration, including Mike Pence, who are pushing Trump toward the direction of war. Mike Pompeo is also doing the same. Steve Mnuchin is also doing the same. But Trump is restraining himself. Is it because he has a peaceful foreign policy stance? No, it's because, in my opinion, he's concerned about his base, which does not want additional war. And this is why I think it's important to make sure that we get him elected out of office, because he's thinking about his re-election campaign. He's thinking about making sure his base is happy with him. If you do elect him and he doesn't have to worry about re-election, well then, is he gonna be as restrained when it comes to war with Iran? I would argue no.
Man, we have dodged so many bullets on Iran, but when you get to that point, that's when actually you start getting more nervous, because how many times can we avoid this war? With Bush and Cheney, they pushed and pushed and pushed, especially Cheney and guys like John Bolton, who were in that administration or backed that administration at different times throughout the 8 years. And now then Bolton came back and then Bolton left, and then Trump wanted to prove that he was tougher and dumber than Bolton, so he threatened war with Iran. This is now the umpteenth time that he's threatened war. Now, there's one possibility he gets reelected, which is unlikely, but it could happen. And then he says, well, I have no holds barred. I'm gonna show the world how tough and strong I am, etc. Another possibility is we're 6 months down the road or 9 months down the road, and he has no chance of getting reelected. And he goes, well, screw it, let's start a war. A war is a good way to say, hey, you know what, and invite Iran to attack our troops so that he could turn around and go, I'm the one protecting our troops by getting them murdered, right? By getting them killed. So you have no choice, you have to vote for me. He could do that gambit. So every day, even though this is actually a very good development, because there's almost no sanctions left. We sanctioned the living hell out of them, right? We already went after energy, in other words, oil. We went after aviation, we went after shipping. The experts say we're really at the bottom of the barrel here because we've already hit them with almost everything we got on the sanctions front. This is really honestly a way of just pulling back, which I'm thrilled with. But tick, 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 tick. I'm so worried that Trump one day is gonna wake up and he has no mind, right? So he's gonna be like, I don't know, I'm gonna prove how strong I am. And one day he's gonna launch. And so then that's what I'm really worried about, but today's a good day.
Today's a good day. You should be worried though, because he's always vague, he's wishy-washy when it comes to what he plans on doing next, especially when it comes to Iran. In fact, you know what? I want to go to this video and then I'm gonna drive home the point that I want to make about what the future would look like if Trump gets reelected. Take a look.
Mr. President, you raised more sanctions on Iran today. You announced more sanctions on Iran.
I did. We'll be adding some very significant sanctions onto Iran.
And what will they include, sir?
We'll be announcing it over the next 48 hours.
And you said that there will be a further announcement on Iran. Are you looking at a military strike?
We'll see what happens.
Mr. Pompeo, that the attacks in Saudi were an act of war? And if so, what's the response on the US end?
He just came out with a statement. He spoke to me a little while ago, and we'll have an announcement. Well, there are many options, as you know, Phil. There are many options, and there's the ultimate option, and there are options a lot less than that. And we'll see. We're in a very powerful position. Right now, we're in a very, very powerful position.
You say the ultimate option? Are you talking
No, I'm saying the ultimate option, meaning go in war. No, I'm not talking about that ultimate option. No.
We are not in a powerful position. We were in a much better position when we were going along with the Iran nuclear deal, but now we're in a little bit of a mess and Trump knows it. Now, I show you that video to make a point because he doesn't like to appear weak. And there are hard right-wingers who are making him out to be weak in his response to Iran. Now, with that said, look, Trump has no sound foreign policy strategy. He's never consistent about anything, but there is one thing he is consistent on, and it's helping himself. The only reason why he is showing any restraint is because more war is not popular with his base. He wants to get reelected. We have to prevent that from happening, because if he is reelected, I don't think he's gonna show any restraint.
Yeah, so two more things on this. Mike Pence also weighed in, and he said, now new twist on this at the Heritage Foundation. He said, quote, "It looks like Iran was responsible for the attacks." Well, then maybe your administration shouldn't have come out and said it was Iran if you don't even know. And now all of a sudden you backpedal to, it looks like it could be Iran. Okay, that is not comforting for you going out there and blustering and saying to the whole world, and having, by the way, the media repeat to the whole world that it was Iran. And he even clarified that the US intelligence community was working to confirm the details. So in other words, no, you don't know it all. You made it up. Trump made it up in a tweet, and this is how they govern, by the seat of their pants, and they have no idea what they're doing. The reason Trump always talks about, like, oh, we're very powerful. I have a very large button. It is larger than Kim Jong-un's. The guy's the most insecure man on the planet. It's the obvious. Keeps talking about, oh, I'm very strong. I'm stronger than Bolton. I'm stronger than other people realize. That's because he is insecure and he feels weak. Last part of it was, at least the backpedal today, again, emphasizing the good news here, is he said, we have to sit down with the Saudis and work something out. That's not a great way of framing it, but at least he's walking it back from, I'll do whatever the Saudis tell me to do. And then he said, quote, that was an attack on Saudi Arabia. That wasn't an attack on us. Oh, okay, finally, thank God, right? So he finally realized that the United States of America doesn't work for the dictator of Saudi Arabia, Mohammed bin Salman. So the fact that he walked that back is also good news. Tune in tomorrow for what we get, because it's a box of chocolates or a box of something else. And you never know what you're gonna get with Donald Trump. Thanks for watching this free clip of the Young Turks. Don't forget to become a TYT member today. For more exclusive content, join now at tyt.com/join.